Now, obviously, you have a astounding legacy when it comes to hip hop. I guess they could call you probably the patron saint of boom bap. Really, when you think about that field, how do you get people to separate your legacy and your history from what you're trying to accomplish now?
Well, my main focus now is to just continue doing what I've already been doing, which is to put great music out. So when it comes to what I'm doing now, I look at it as a new chapter and a new beginning, like Guru would actually say. And I'm speaking on Guru because I really thought there would be a time when we would reunite and do the 7th album, which was our plan to do after a few years of taking a break. And now that I know that there's no way that's going to happen, I have to really accept the fact that he's gone for real. You know, like we have future projects coming. Like I'm going to do a Gangstar Foundation album where we do all new material. And we have other vocals that haven't been released that
okay,
I can revamp.
I was going to get to that next.
Oh yeah, of course. That, you know, I put new stuff too that he spit to, that way he sounds like traditional Guru and make it new. But you know, I have to accept moving on. I've lost lives in the past, and I've moved on. And Headquarters was an influence on naming the studio Headquarters after this is the legendary D&D. Mm-hmm. And my radio show that I do every Friday on Sirius XM satellite radio is the future. It's on Friday nights from 10 to midnight. It's called Live from Headquarters, dedicated to him. And we take that energy and just keep pushing forward to make things better and better, like I always have strived to do as a DJ, an artist, producer, and now a label owner. So the compilation album is really just a stalling album to stall while I get their albums ready to come out for 2011. I really intended for their albums to be ready this year, really the year before, really '09 we planned on having these albums ready. Nick Javis has been touring with me in the last 2 years straight. Black Poet did the same thing,
and that's Poet from back in the day, right?
Yeah,
that's MC Poet ain't down with us.
Yeah, that came out with that Battle KRS One and made big history. I mean, he was the first person to ever even be bold enough to stand up to Boogie Down Productions and diss them hard body and knowing he was going to have repercussions, which he did, and he still stood his ground and you know, he spoke for the bridge, and that's what made me discover him then back in '86 when he did Beat You Down.
Yeah. Now, how was that working? You know, you have a pretty extensive run with KRS as well. Was there any leftover feelings from that old battle? I mean, obviously, KRS made peace with Mr. Magic and Marley and all of them, but was there any residual leftover?
Yeah, they both, Poet still had funny feelings with him, so did Just Ice had funny feelings with Poet. I actually had Just Ice, and I told Just Ice that I was messing with Poet. And he like, yo, as long as he don't never mention that, we ain't got no problems. And I was like, yo, man, come on, man, we grown now. And at that time, he was just standing up for y'all dissing him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, dissing, not him.
Yeah, but dissing the bridge, yeah.
So, when it came down to that, I'll be short with it. You know, Poet was coming to a Rocksteady event, and I said, yo, Just Ice is coming, so come up there. You know, and then boom, when it happened, Poet saw Just and just went right to him and said, yo, I'm a poet, you know what I mean? And he goes, Premier told me he was working with you. Yo, man, that shit we did, you know. And then also now they just buddies. And then KRS reached out to me when he did the Marley Marl album, you know, when he did that, the Hip Hop Lives. And he said, yo, man, I want Poet on the record with me. And I asked Poet, and Poet, he was a little resistant at first with the KRS thing, because I guess he said, you know, this one's a little deeper, it cuts a little deeper. You know, they were really going back and forth at it. You know, even Scholar Rock was dissing him, talking about, yeah, Poet, you a crackhead, back when they were running things. And I, you know, all those excerpts that he dissing Poet on the radio, but I told him, yo, I think it's a good look. I put them on the phone. KRS came over here, and they ended up going out, just the two of them. And after that, KRS was like, yo, I want you to perform with me tonight at Urban Plaza, and brought Poet on stage, you know. And I thought that was dope. And then even said in the lyric, I know you motherfuckers ain't gonna believe this, Poet on a record with the man that dissed Queensbridge, he said, I think it's time to bury the hatchet, you know. Mm-hmm. And they did. And now him and Chris are crazy cool.
Now, how different is the movement of artists behind the scenes than in front? We interviewed Lloyd Banks earlier in this year, and he said sometimes it's hard to tell your homies that this is okay for him to be talking about me like that because it's just music.
Right.
But what happens to make things jump from just the music to people getting real personal and having that kind of animus?
Part of it is ignorance, because your honor as your manners being tested first of all, and then hip hop comes from a street environment, so the mentality is let's scrap, let's fight. I mean, even I'm from Texas, and we're raised on fighting with our hands because everybody carries guns. And, our laws, we can carry a gun in the glove compartment, and I'm not used to all these laws. When I moved to New York, I was like, damn, I can't carry a gun and keep it in my glove box and all this stuff, and what if I'm in danger or whatever. Where same thing with a rifle, as long as it's visible in your window, you can carry a rifle. So we all have a different understanding with guns, and where I'm from, where everybody's raised to fight. And back in our day, you fight, like they say, you live till another day. The bruises will heal, and you win some, you lose some. But the mentality of hip hop, I mean, look how far it went, even with Boogie Down Productions. It got a little violent. When they were going at it. I mean, Just Ice coming to the bridge with a shotty looking over a rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like me and Jarvis was talking about this a couple years ago. I was saying, if you've never been in a fight at all and you're doing rap music, you're gonna get tested on some type of level where you might have to fight somebody. But he's been in fights way before he was rapping. I mean, he plays football.
Exactly.
Plays football. He's a sports guy, and on top of that, he's got a temper, and he's not a punk. And even if he was, that doesn't have anything to do with what I respect about him musically and artist wise. But I'm glad he's not a punk. I know he can stand up for himself if somebody tests him. I mean, I've witnessed it firsthand that he's ready to go, and other people that he grew up with have said the same thing. Oh, Jav's got a temper and he's ready to take it there. And we're all like that. I'm definitely not tough. I'm definitely not hard and rugged like that. I love hardcore music. I'm very polite. I'm very much a gentleman, but I'll fight anybody. And usually the bigger people is who I like to fight, because they're usually just let their size be an intimidation factor. And the little ones is what I look out for, because they usually got a little weapon on them that'll jig you with a knife or something like that. So I don't really mess with the short people unless they start something.
Can't lift weights with your face.
There you go.
Well,
That's how I look at it.
in your song "Not a Game," you mentioned the aspect of hip hop as a game versus a sport. Do you think that the fact that people call it the hip hop game allows more people than probably necessary to think they can play it?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons why people take it lightly. People see a lot of things on TV. They see MTV Cribs. They see just all the glitz and glamour of it. They just see the upside. They don't see all the people that fail trying to make it. Yeah. They don't see the people who make it failing, because they fail. You have to fail to get there. Like you're not like you know how long these cats were probably stressed out before they got to MTV Cribs and to the Grammys and to the BET Hip Hop Awards and like any type of these things where you see on TV where it seems like it's all good and it's something where you could just make it overnight. It's like, there's a lot that goes into this, and if you don't love it and you're not doing it for the right reasons, it's going to be really hard for you to do. Absolutely. Especially when you start hitting the road and doing shows the way we've done. Like Premier's been taking me on the road for like a year now, and it was like, wow, like this is not all fun and games all the time. You're sleeping like 2-3 hours a night, doing a show in a different country every day. Like shit, there's sometimes I don't even know where the hell I am.
Yeah.
I was in Switzerland. I was like, something about Germany. They were like, fuck Germany. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn. And I cleaned it up real quick because I had the Switzerland wristband on under the hoodie, so they hadn't seen that yet. So I thought that was a good time to bring that out. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is, I think a lot of people take it lightly, man. They think it's a quick trip to the bank. It's a shortcut to the bank. Nah, man. Nah, it's really not. Like, you got to work hard at this. And now I'm just happy that I'm in a position where I know that I deserve everything that's coming to me, because I know how much I sacrificed. I know how hard I worked to get here, And if you would have checked me 5-6 years ago when I made my first demo, I thought I was going to be a star overnight. I thought I was just going to throw that demo out and somebody's going to be like, yo, this kid's dope, let's sign him, make him a star. That's the harsh realities of this business. It doesn't work like that.